I'm Nat Lee, and I'm the owner of All the Simmer. 12 years ago, my partner Vin, he just basically sat down like, let's go do something, let's go open a restaurant. I'm like, well, we don't really know anything about restaurant. He's like, well, I do, I know how to cook. I'm like, but that's not, the restaurant is not just about cooking, man. He's like, just do it, man, right? I'm like, all right, man, I trust you, let's do it. I didn't know nothing about restaurant at the time. So we went looking for a space that was open, and we ran into our first location, which is in Petaluma. He had a vision. We made sure it was a nice restaurant, a clean restaurant. It wasn't, nothing stored in the bathroom. The table was clean, and people who take your order actually understand what you're ordering. And we aim for a really high standard of service. It was a fun time, but it was a lot of work. Man, we used to have a bench like this there. Me and him would finish cutting chicken like at 3 in the morning. I would take a nap here and then go home. I was so tired, I couldn't even drive. I'll go home, take a shower, and do it again at 8 in the morning. So after that, actually, my brother was the one who initially wanted to branch out. So he opened this one, and it was just a copy and paste.
So Rohnert Park was missing a lot of things for SSU crowd, I believe. And so we tapped in with a lot of people in the community and asked around and felt like it was a good fit. We found a location that was available. It was in our price range. And so we took a risk at it and we opened it. Now it's about 15 years later. We have 3 locations, 2 Vietnamese restaurants, one seafood Viet-Cajun restaurant. The seafood restaurant was my brother's love. So when we first opened this place, I don't think he had that in his mind, but he always messed around with seafood.
We went down San Jose and we like the food, this type of food too. It's called Viet-Cajun, right? And every time we go to San Jose or, Sacramento, we bump into people who are from here doing the same thing. We're like, hey man, we have a restaurant. We could totally do this, right? We're wrong. we try a couple of recipes, we try to mimic them, and we're like, I don't think this is the same, man, right? When our friend took us to Texas in Houston, right? And then we tried their food, we're like, oh my God, this is even better than the one in San Jose. So we tried to mimic them, and we're like, dude, we can't get the recipe right trying to copy them. So what he did was, he's like, you know what, dude, I'm not gonna copy anybody. I'm just gonna come out and do a recipe for ourselves. And it took him a little while, but he came up with the simmer sauce from scratch. When we eat it, we're like, this is the way to go, right? At first we tried to mimic them, we tried to copy them, but we realized, this is not gonna work for us. So we just came up with a whole new sauce, and that's how we came up with the simmer sauce. And everything we do is from scratch. So all the salsa that you see over there, it's from us. We do all the sauce from scratch. For some reason, once you start doing stuff for yourself and not copying anybody else, it just works, man. The hot pot came from a friend from Vietnam. He often visits us, and he had a hot pot in Vietnam. So we've been there a couple of times, and we tried his hot pot, we liked it. He came over and visited us. He's like, you know what? You could put a hot pot here. We're like, no, it's not gonna work, you know what I mean? But he persists. We went back to Vietnam. He taught us everything, and then we came over, rebuilt all the table, rebuilt everything, put it in another station, and then the hot pot just came up. And from there, when we were in Vietnam, he taught us how to do all the broth from scratch. And then we got the bone marrow. That's based on our broth at Simmer Pho restaurant. So we use the same stock. We turn that stock into pho, but then we use that same stock when we turn it into the bone marrow, but it's from the same stock.
There's a big continuity between all 3 restaurants that we have, even though the concepts are all totally different, but you could tell pretty much the same people own it. But yeah, so we like to keep it like true to ourselves, but also true to the cuisine also. Like we don't want to sell out and make it watered down or anything like that.
When we first opened our Simmer Vietnamese restaurant, I often get this question, and it bothered me for a long time. Like when people walk in, they look at the restaurant, it's nice, it's clean, it's very inviting. And I have a couple of people who come in and ask me, is this a traditional Vietnamese restaurant? Right? At first I didn't have the confidence, and I didn't know what to say. And I just kind of smile and just kind of play it off. But I have to think about that for a while. And what I thought about was, what is really a traditional Vietnamese restaurant? The problem is, a lot of people walking into a restaurant like this, they think it has to be a hole in the wall kind of. And I don't think that should be the way people should think about the Vietnamese cuisine or Asian cuisine, period. You know what I mean? I want you to walk in like, damn, this is probably one of the cleanest restaurants I've been into. This is my take on it. And it's sort of like I think my mom told me this one time. It's like, I learned how to cook pho from my mom. My sister learned how to cook pho from the same woman. But yet, when you eat mine and when you eat your aunt, there's two different flavor. I mean, so which one's traditional? So it's all traditional. It's just how you want to put in your love, and it turned out a little different here and there. Going back to like, we're trying to copy people, and that didn't work out, right? As soon as we do everything ourselves, then it just worked out a lot better than copying somebody. I want people to walk in my restaurant and be like, this is where I want to eat. And I tell my wife this all the time. Sometimes I wish I didn't own Simmer, so I have a place to go to just to hang out and eat, right? So that's the type of restaurant I want to have.
We will be out in the community a lot this year. We're trying to do a lot more outreach. We're planning to open at least one restaurant in the next 2 years. So yeah, there's a lot in the works right now. We're excited, and we're excited to bring you with us.